Bo Nix Love Fest from Chris Simms after studying the film. Oregon quarterback Bo Nix with us. Hey, Bo.
Hey, how are you? Thanks
Great.
for having me today.
Great to have you.
I feel like you're being overlooked. That's all I'm saying. I mean, I spent the week
sometimes.
watching, and I just, listen, I understand Caleb and Jaden being 1 and 2. I think the discussion for number 3, you're right there, man. Like, thoroughly impressed for what I saw. I'm not done evaluating you and all that. Let me see. Okay, yeah, it's pretty good. But you're on the right track for sure, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, he was talking about that all morning, the idea that when you really study the film and you take an independent look at it, you got to make the decisions, and it's not easy sometimes to draw lines, but he sees something in what you can do. What do you tell people you can do at an elite level?
I process information at a really high level. I can take a game plan and go in there and execute it. I can use my resources around me and make it work, go down the field and score points. Because at the end of the day, that's what quarterbacks are here for.
Right.
We got to score points, and we got to lead offenses. We got to take our 11 and move the ball down the field. But I think processing the information comes from preparing throughout the week. I feel like I prepare at a high level. I give myself a lot of time throughout the week to make sure that I'm prepared for Saturdays. And this year, I felt like I did that at a really high level because, of the experience that I was able to put together. It just kind of fell into place, and I took what I had learned, before, and I wanted to put, a whole year together and go all out on it. And that's what we were able to do. We had a great, efficient offense, and it just starts from being prepared and processing the information.
What? Go ahead. You want to hear that?
I'm just looking at this card, and I think it's a typo. 77.45% completion percentage.
It is not. No.
That's not 67. That's 77.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing.
Yes,
Yes,
it
sir.
is. It really is. You kind of hit on it. All right, I'd like to go there first. I mean, you were at Auburn. Your dad's a legend of Auburn, right? What was it that finally I got to get out of here. I got to go somewhere else.
Well, I got 3 years out of Auburn, and I felt like there was a lot of good, but, it just was always, maybe just a little bit stale, and thought that maybe I could get more out of myself. And I just needed a fresh start. And, it was nothing against Auburn. I love Auburn to this day. I think Auburn is what shaped me to be the person I was at Oregon. I think I learned a lot of really valuable lessons, both good and bad. Everybody wants to make Auburn a bad thing. I think Auburn was, so many good games, so many good memories. Quite a bit more good than bad. But I think the bad just kind of stuck out to people. But, I think moving forward to Oregon, it was a fresh start. I got around a great team, and we were able to go out there and efficiently put things together. And that was my job. You talked to the completion percentage. It was just my job to be efficient, my job to go out there and put the ball where it needed to go and, let the rest happen on its own.
Well, I'll say it. You went to a place that finally could kind of show your talents in totality. All right, I'll say it for you. So there you go, the Nix family. I'm pumping you up today.
Thanks.
What do you think, right? As like I kind of told you, I'm watching. I saw you on TV this year, but again, my life is NFL and all that, so I'm just kind of, studying you and got a feel for you now. What do you think people miss about your game, right? I know you talked about the processing and all that, but other than that, like what's something about you feel like you don't quite get enough credit in this area?
Arm strength and pushing the ball down the field. I think it's just I don't know. I don't understand how it keeps coming up, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Somebody's going to evaluate. Somebody's going to watch, and they're going to feel like it's the right situation.
I'm going to put an end to that shit right now. It's over.
Sorry, London.
Sorry, Glasgow, Scotland.
Glasgow, Aberdeen,
right?
Manchester.
We give our UK
We're on in
fans
the
some love
UK
'cause they don't
live.
like when we swear, so I have to say sorry sometimes.
I got you.
But I would say that was the number one thing I guess I didn't know, right, Mike? When I turned on the film, and, I'm watching these quarterbacks in consecutive, so I'm like, damn, that ball went across the screen fast. What? I didn't, people always talk about it. I'm not sure how strong his arm is and all that. I was really impressed with your arm strength and your ability to throw the ball with not always being able to step into it.
Oh, absolutely. That's the main. If you watch any NFL quarterback, they don't sit there in a traditional pocket and step up into a lot of throws. And you watch Patrick Mahomes, he does it all the time with movements.
Back foot
Joe
throws,
Burrow
whatever.
movements. Matthew Stafford plays with movements. Brock Purdy played with a lot of movements.
Yeah.
Anybody you watch, doesn't matter from top to bottom, all 32 teams. It's hard to sit there because defenses are too good. Like you're going to have to move around
Pocket's not gonna be
play.
perfect.
Pocket's not going to be perfect.
Right.
Now, when there's times you want to set your feet and get everything you can into it, but we don't play in a perfect pocket So you got to, make those throws and be consistent when you make them. And I feel like that's where I'm comfortable, to be honest.
Yeah.
Where are you challenging yourself to improve next level?
I think it's it goes along with my strength. Sometimes you can process things at a really high level, and sometimes you can overanalyze and overprocess.
Yeah.
So I know they're in cover 2. The safety should get off the hash with this outside split, but sometimes he doesn't, and you got to see that. You got to put the ball where he's not.
Right.
So it's understanding where they are, understanding where they should be, but then confirming with your eyes post snap, and then getting the ball where it needs to go. Overanalyzing is something that's always been tough because you want to be perfect, you want to be right.
Want to be a step ahead.
Sometimes, you want to be a step ahead.
Right.
Sometimes you can get off a read too fast.
Right.
Well, it was open, you take it, move on.
Yeah.
So don't give the team defense too much
Credit.
credit.
They're not that smart over there.
Some of them are. Some of them are.
He didn't say that when they were here 2 days ago.
That's what you got to be careful on. Some guys on defense
they'll cheat
are
you,
super
bait you
smart,
into
and
it.
they know why they're not off the hash.
Are you,
whatever,
Bo, are you a better processor pre-snap or post?
I think post-snap. I think pre-snap you can process anything you want, but the disguise will give it away. Post-snap, they're going to have to get to their covers. They're going to have to get to their blitz, and it's when you can see it. And not only see it, we talk about processing. You got to process it within the play, and the play is going to be different every play. You get a different offensive call. They get a different defensive call every play. That's what the processing comes in. That's why you got to be, very prepared for the game and know the ins and outs of everything you're doing and everything they're doing.
You got a QB coach? Who are you working with right now?
So I'm down in Mobile with QB Country and
right.
David Morris.
Yeah.
That's actually where Drake Maye's training too.
That's
So
right.
I've gotten to know Drake on a personal level this offseason. It's been a blast, man. We've gotten to compete against each other. We get to be around each other every day. He's a great dude, great person, great quarterback. He's going to have great success wherever he finds his way. And then, it's just brought the best out of both of us, I think. We're very similar, and we just want to compete and play football. That's really all we want to do.
Yeah.
What's the best advice you've gotten to prepare you for what is next?
I think the most important, and this falls in every category of life, be your most authentic self. Be the best version of yourself you can be, and then go out there and live that every day. Because the people that evaluate in this process, they can see through being fake. They can see through if it's not really you. They're going to find out about you anyway.
No doubt about
So
it.
you might as well be your real self.
And here's the thing. If you sell them a version of you that isn't you and then you show up as
usually a
really
knock.
you, they're going to be like, where the hell's the guy that we met at the Combine? So that's the right way to go.
Yeah. No. So as a kid, or even now, who was your NFL team? Who was your quarterback growing up?
Well, I didn't have an NFL team because I usually had a college team. My dad was a college coach, and then I was a fan of Auburn, so we moved around a lot.
Yeah.
There was so many NFL teams around, so I didn't have a favorite. But when we lived in Charleston, I'll never forget, Cam Newton had just gone to the Panthers, and it was right there where Sundays, man, we were out there playing football. So we would watch Cam Newton on the local TV channel there in Charleston, and then I'd go out there and want to be Cam Newton. Now, obviously, I'm not Cam Newton.
No, you're not.
I'm not even close, but Cam Newton's also not me, so that's the value of having your differences.
I don't think you could take 4 people on at once, though, like Cam Newton
Definitely
just did
not.
last week.
Definitely not.
That was unbelievable. The Wicked Witch of the West messing with 4 people.
We never did talk about that
No,
on the
we
show.
did not.
But
It was
good Lord.
it was
but that's
amazing.
Cam Newton. My Cam Newton story is this. Draft in 2011. I'm walking down 6th Avenue in New York City, and I'm walking toward Radio City Music Hall, and he's walking on like the red carpet that they do. And I said, they did it up on a platform this year. And I was like, I closed it like there's no platform.
No platform.
There's
This is
no
Cam.
platform
He's
involved.
that big. He's that big. All right, so college football, Pac-12 was awesome this year. I know you got to go here in a second, right? Who's the best player you played against this year?
My goodness.
Nobody
well,
on your own team. Don't give me that.
Michael Penix, because he beat
Okay.
me twice.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
he beat me every time he played. And that's for whatever reason, one that we couldn't get over. But, he just consistent. He goes out there and performs at a high level. He raises his game to the competition. And now I didn't necessarily play him, offense and defense, but that's watching him on the other side.
Yeah, you were impressed.
He used those guys. He used those receivers. He did what he was good at. He made throw after throw after throw. And we didn't make it easy on him. We knocked him around. We made it tough. We showed him a lot of looks, but he just kept battling, kept playing. And when the time came, he always made that extra play. I commend him for that. It was fun watching him.
Yeah.
Well, Bo, it's been great to have a chance to talk to you a little bit on this crazy day. You got a lot more to do. We're going to let you go do it. We're going to take a break. We'll have more PFT Live right after that. It's easy. Bo Nix.
Big
We'll
Bo
be right
Nix.
back.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
Bo, thanks so much.
No, thanks for having me.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.